just sitting around, hanging out this afternoon.
If you listen close, you can hear Chad Kruger in the background warming up. He sounds really good.
Alright, 91.7 Bounce with Nickelback. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Yeah.
I'm very well.
Good to hear.
A little tired, but
He's hungover. He's lying.
I'll have a couple of whiskeys and we're back there.
That's what I'm talking about. How's the tour going, guys?
It's good. You can tell that we're winding down. You can tell we're getting close to the end. Everyone keeps reaching for the booze after the shows. And, you know, like you start off and everyone's really good. And, you know, you got to pace yourself because you don't know if you're gonna get burnt or what's going on. But there's a light that we can all now see at the end of the tunnel. We can see the finish line, and it's just turning into like you party longer and longer and longer on stage, and then after the show, as we get closer to the end. So it's been getting really fun.
How do you keep the energy up when you're at the end of your tour? Because I imagine at the beginning of the tour you're excited, you're ready to roll, and at the end it's like, are you ever like, oh, we gotta do this again, or are you still pumped to get on stage?
That's where Jagger bombs come in. This is what
clears that right up.
Absolutely. If you start getting tired, of the show or tired of the scream, you know, for me, screaming for 2 hours, you just grab a couple of Jagger bombs, you got a big smile on your face, and it's woohoo time.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what we do, but we play music on stage. So people that like to listen to
I thought
music,
it was a puppet show.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous.
If it ever gets that bad, like, punch me in the face. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. Is there any? Do you guys get any like special juice for being back in Alberta, like a hometown thing, or have you been doing this so long that every concert is like, kind of, you know, I hate to sound lame here, but special in its own way?
Yeah, not at all. I think for me, you know, some songs, especially like Photograph, they hit home.
Yeah.
They really do hit home, and I think they hit home for the audience too, because you know when we were sitting there coming up with the content of a song like Photograph, I had no idea that was going to hit home with so many people. It was just supposed to be something that we all had an attachment to. All those, you know, we refer to it as taking the trip down memory lane. We refer to it as that on stage all the time before we play the song. And all those things that we list in there, you know, it's like, I just didn't really realize how many people were going to be making a connection with that. But you definitely feel that when you're in Calgary.
Well, on the same note, I mean, the new album Dark Horse, I legitimately thought you had a new album out when This Afternoon came out. Like there's no way that they have released another single. This is ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, was that the intent when you wrote the album? Is this going to be single after single after single, or you're just like, if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't?
I mean, we do what we do, and what the record company decides to do, and that's up to them. I mean, they can release whatever they want. If they think that they can go and do, it's like, hey, you've got several songs on here that are, you know, we could shoot videos for, that we can go to radio with, that we can do, you know, a big push for. We're all for it. We make the music and we leave that up to those guys.
Try to make music that you don't skip through. So, exactly, they do with it.
That's good. My mom is making me ask this question because she loves This Afternoon, but she doesn't understand what it's about, and I don't have the heart to tell her.
It's so funny because I bite my tongue a lot when people are like, oh my God, my mom loves this. I'm like, yeah? How about the line hidden from the bong like a diesel train? Cheech and Chong probably would have smoked them all these lines.
Well, she's like, why would they brag about having leaves 4 feet tall? That's poor gardening.
Your mom sounds like a very sweet lady. It's poor gardening.
Yeah, well, I just don't have the heart to say, Mom, just...
It's not so much weeds, but weeds.
Cheech and Chong probably would have mowed them all.
That's, you know what, there's the radio edit. There you That's go. A song that everybody can get down to.
Well,
she also wants to know if you'd please just stop swearing so much, but we're not...
Live?
Well, at any point in time.
Sounds like my mom then.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No.
No, and back in the day when we'd go see concerts and we'd go see Metallica or all those bands, when you're young, you don't realize that you get in there and they start speaking to you, and they're dropping F-bombs and they're dropping everything else. It's like, oh, they're one of us.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how you'll find when you meet me, when you speak to me. You know, I don't ever drop as many F-bombs as I do when I get on stage. It's when I get on stage that suddenly F is my favorite noun, verb, adjective, adverb, you name it. It's just, it's my favorite word.
Get back to the tour a little bit. Like when you first started touring, you know, you said you've been doing it for 15 years. Do you guys still like rock star it up on tour, or have you kind of learned the lessons of the past and maybe keep it a little tamer, or you know, still enjoy the ride?
It just depends on the night.
Yeah.
It really does. I
It's
mean,
more efficient.
I mean, tonight we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get Ryan back on the horse here tonight. It's the last thing I do. It's you're just sluggish, and the eyes aren't fully open. I'll get him back on the train.
A few of those whiskeys will take care of that.
Oh,
No, they always do, don't they?
Get some rocket fuel in you, and you
Can't
get to go.
stay mad that long.
It's true. It really does depend on it. And sometimes, if it's the first part of the week, sometimes you get to a city and it feels like there's a little more work involved. And sometimes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday it comes a little easier. Everyone's, you know, got past hump day and they want to party too, and so then you want to party. And just just trying to control the party sometimes is hard, because you know you've got to show the next day, and you got to try and bring a little responsibility, but sometimes it's tough.
Any crazy stories from the tour that you feel like sharing with us?
None that your mother is going to approve of. Lots of bad gardening.
Yeah, she would be appalled with the amount of alcohol that's in the dressing room right now.
Yeah, there's not much we can do about that.
Well, you know, it's okay. That's for like the roadies and the opening acts. Right?
Yes, it's for roadies and opening acts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. I
Thank
appreciate
you
guys hanging out with us.
Thanks for coming down.
Well, you know, it's nice.